6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
Well, there's the saying, to be the best, you have to beat the best. Last season, East Lansing went 6-0 in league play and knocked off Grand Ledge 35-21 to win that CAAC Blue outright. Thanks for joining us on the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Haley Schongart. Tonight, the Comets traveled to Trojan territory looking to knock off the reigning league champs. First of all, got to give a shout out to the East Lansing students. Check out their signs. Amazing.
Hey.
EL had a 3-point lead with less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. That's when Ben Fletcher fakes out just about everybody but our cameras. He walks it in with ease to increase the Trojan lead to 10. Less than 8 minutes to go, and the East Lansing defense came to play too. Daryl Jeter says, you know what? I think I'll take it from here. This was one of 2 interceptions the Trojan defense had in the 4th quarter alone. Then on the very next play, it is none other than the Michigan State commit Jace Clorizio himself, who shows exactly why he will be suiting up for the Spartans next fall. How about a 78-yard touchdown? East Lansing wins 38-21 the final, and it was a gritty performance from Coach Bill Farraco's team.
We displayed a lot of resilience, and there's a certain persistent thing that we did. Squandering all those opportunities early is very, very scary, because as I just told them, you don't know whether in that game you're going to get opportunities again. But we made some plays. We made some plays, and our playmakers made plays.
It shows a lot about the guys and what we do here. God, we're just tough, and we just got to continue it to further down the season to keep winning games.
And staying in the CAAC Blue, undefeated DeWitt went on the road to Waverly, and the Zim Zone made the trip as well, as this one was all Panthers. Picking things up in the middle of a run for Jacob Skofar in the 3rd quarter, and the junior's going to take it to the house to increase the lead. Then later in the game, it's going to be sophomore Tyler Bashore letting his trusty O-line pave the way for another DeWitt touchdown, as DeWitt wins big in this one, 62-6 over Waverly.
Moving right along to Ram Country, Holt welcomed in Flint Carmen Ainsworth. We introduced you to this fella during our Player of the Week segment, and LaDon Hatcher delivers once more in the beginning of the 2nd quarter. He had 140 yards and 2 scores tonight. Holt extends its lead 13-6. And the offense wasn't the only side of the ball firing on all cylinders. Aaron Chesky comes up with the sack. Then with 6 seconds until halftime, Jack Fisher knocks one through the uprights. Gotta love his teammates celebrating him. You'll see him in a second. Kickers need love too, right? Holt wins 31-12 the final.
Yeah, you got to show love to the kickers.
Here it comes. Oh, cut away.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find a Week 2 victory that meant more to a community than the win Okemos had over Clio last week.
The Wolves' 35-0 win over Clio snapped a 41-game losing streak that dated back 5 years. And the community reaction to see the win was really cool to see. Tonight, the Wolves looked to make it 2 in a row. We bring in our Tyler Driesinga with more on the matchup between Okemos and Lansing Everett.
Hey guys, yeah, both of these teams were looking to do something they haven't done in a long time. Lansing Everett had a chance to start 3-0 for the first time since 2013, and Okemos was looking to win back-to-back games for the first time since 2018. After Okemos fumbled on its first drive, Lansing Everett capitalizes. Javari Funchess races in for the touchdown. Vikings take an 8-0 lead. Next Everett drive. Najee Davidson drops back, airs it out deep downfield, connecting with Mason Chadwell for a huge gain and a first down. Then Davidson caps off the drive with a QB keeper, absorbing contact at the goal line for the score, 14-0 Everett. 2nd quarter now. Everett on the move again, and Funchess breaks it to the outside, makes a couple men miss, and scampers in for his 2nd touchdown. Lansing Everett stays unbeaten with a 41-6 win.
All right, turning our attention to the CAAC White, Lansing Catholic hosted Charlotte on its Military Appreciation Night as both teams had on custom jerseys to honor the military. The Cougar student section was fired up, but it was Charlotte finding the end zone in the 3rd quarter to quiet the home crowd. Timmy Bensinger runs it in and puts the Orioles up 21-7. However, it was all Lansing Catholic from there. The Cougars got within a score, and then Xavier Luja turns into a ball hawk on defense, gets the interception to set up the Cougars offense in great position. And just over a minute into the fourth quarter, Alex Fernandez rolls out and finds Luja for the game-tying touchdown. Lansing Catholic defense would force another turnover, and then Fernandez is going to run it in on the QB keeper to give the Cougars the lead late in the game. Lansing Catholic scored 21 unanswered points and picks up a 28-21 victory over Charlotte.
Olivet hosting Lansing Sexton, a game for lovers of defense. Olivet up 7-0 in the second half. Sexton punts it away, but it's muffed, and the J-Dubs' Josias Carrasco pounces on it. A huge play for the J-Dubs looking to tie it, but the Eagles come up with a turnover of their own. The pass over the middle is deflected right into the waiting arms of Jack Masters for the interception. We jump to the final minute, still 7-0. Sexton airs it out for Tavian Smith for what looks to be the touchdown to bring them within one. But hang on a minute, the play is called back on a penalty, and Olivet would then get a stop to hang on for an oh-so-close 7-0 victory.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker for Lansing Sexton. Well, we checked in on the CAAC blue and the CAAC white, and when we come back, we're going to round it out with some matchups in the CAAC red.
It's only fitting, including the St. John's Red Wings hosting Fowlerville and honoring a pretty special achievement tonight. Plus, you see them here, the Mason Bulldogs were hoping to bounce back after a tough loss to DeWitt last week. They snapped the Bulldogs' 24-game regular season winning streak. Those highlights and more when the Dean Trailways fifth quarter returns.
Look for the U.S. Army Fan Zone each week at the 6 Sports Game of the Week. Try your skill at games, win great prizes, and more.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
Means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Data. It's really uneven. I'm worried somebody's going to trip on it. Or worse.
Done in a day with a permanent solution for your concrete. Ayers does it differently.
They're done.
They're done!
At Advanced Audiology, we assess your hearing and create customized solutions. Let our doctors of audiology conduct your hearing assessment and provide the professional guidance you need.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
For years, Tom Barrett has been obsessed with banning abortion, sponsoring legislation to punish women and doctors with prison time, even victims of incest. Now Congress has the power to ban abortion nationwide, and Tom Barrett would help them do it, because he thinks politicians like him should make women's medical decisions, saying, quote, "I know I'm right." Tom Barrett is really wrong for Michigan. HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Anti-abortion politicians vote against your freedoms, and now they want Mike Rogers to join them. The facts. Mike Rogers said, "I support all restrictions on abortion," just like his anti-abortion backers. No exceptions for rape or incest. They even supported a nationwide abortion ban and laws that could eliminate IVF and birth control. So if you believe Mike Rogers and anti-abortion activists will protect your rights, we got a bridge to sell you.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I approve this message.
Gambling ads are getting pretty hard to ignore. If you choose to gamble, make sure you play it safe. For tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
Skill is a game changer. And when the doctors you know and trust team up with one of the nation's top health systems, the possibilities are endless. Sparrow is now University of Michigan Health Sparrow. So together, we can bring more specialized expertise, more of the latest treatments, and more of the best possible care closer to you. Together, more is possible at University of Michigan Health Sparrow.
Welcome back. A St. John's woman made the community proud earlier this month when she brought home a silver medal from the Paralympic Games in France. J.C. Simon won the silver medal in para-badminton mixed doubles, and tonight she was at the St. John's football game and took part in the homecoming parade. She was taking pictures and signing autographs all night long at the game and says she was overwhelmed by the community's support of her.
I mean, I know they've always supported me, which feels really amazing, but I never expected, one, to be in the homecoming parade or to be signing all these random things, and to have a line like waiting. It's just crazy to me that I once used to be in their shoes, and yeah, it's a full circle moment.
As for the game, on homecoming, we say congratulations to homecoming king Ty Wardine and Queen Ramaya Caroland. To the action now, late in the first half, Fowlerville trailing 14-7 but threatening. The Gladiators take a shot to the end zone, but Alexander Oberlin leaps up and makes the interception. But in the third quarter, Fowlerville finds the tying touchdown on the sweep. Justice Wojcik makes a man miss, finds the end zone to knot it at 14. Then early in the fourth quarter, St. John's Bryce Pradle looks to the end zone and connects with Spencer Novus for the touchdown to reclaim the lead. The defense hangs on from there as the Red Wings pick up a win on homecoming, 21-14, the final.
Well, elsewhere in the CAAC Red, Hazlitt and Williamston were actually still searching for their first victories of this season and were coming off close losses last week.
The Hornets fell by just 4 to Hastings, and the Vikings lost 20-14 on the road against Fenton. Hazlitt was at Lansing Eastern tonight, and Williamston was hosting Mason.
Yeah, this is the first time Williamston has started a season 0-2 since 2001, and it wouldn't be easy to avoid an 0-3 start with veteran quarterback Kason Carswell on the other sideline. First quarter, it's Carswell connecting over the middle with Wyatt Ball to start the scoring for Mason. One of 3 TDs for Carswell. Williamston would have a response, though, on the other end. Quarterback Caleb Nielsen fires it over the middle, and it's Tommy Pratt bringing it in to tie up this ball game. However, on the ensuing kickoff, Dom Rodriguez fields it and starts moving like he's trying to get out of a corn maze. Zigging and zagging his way through a swarm of Hornets. Rodriguez is going to get credit for a 90-yard kick return as he's going to get taken down at the 1-yard line. Almost a touchdown, and then it's going to be Carson Chapin to finish the job. What Rodriguez started, a 1-yard TD run, gives the lead back to the Bulldogs. Mason goes on to beat Williamston 34-20. As for Hazlitt, the Vikings were seeking that first win of the season, and it's going to help when you get big runs like this from sophomore John Quavion Thomas. He gets past the secondary and is going to stiff arm a defender on his way to the house to put Hazlitt up 42-6. Later on, it was the defense making plans for a party in the end zone as Jacob Otke comes up with the interception and takes it to the house for another Vikings touchdown. Hazlitt wins 52-12 over Lansing Eastern and will get ready for Mason next Friday.
The Potterville Vikings honored hundreds of veterans prior to tonight's game. We'll have more on the ceremony and the Vikings game against Bath after the break. Plus, Michigan State Athletics officially inducted its 2024 Hall of Fame class tonight. Hear from Spartan legend Anson Carter and others when the Dean Trailways fifth quarter return.
The Dean Trailways fifth quarter is sponsored by Dean Trailways of Michigan.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
He's been through a lot.
We'll get there. It's okay. You're safe here. Come on. No hurry.
Love begins with trust.
I'm not going anywhere.
That's why I got a Subaru.
The all-new Subaru Forester. Safe, long-lasting, trusted, loved.
Get a 3.9% interest rate and 90-day first payment deferral at Williams Subaru.
This election is about 2 very different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, and the other focused on the past. When the middle class is strong, America is strong. Lowering the cost of living will be a defining goal of my presidency. I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone, and I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food. More than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut. We will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. Together, we will build an economy where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed. Now is the time to chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Sunday, a News Nation exclusive. They were the most powerful men in the world. But how do these presidents stack up against each other? Best-selling author Bill O'Reilly spotlights America's chief executives.
You're bringing them to life.
Ranking the best.
It's the Taylor Swift of masculine men.
To the worst.
If I were in a time machine, I'd go back and slap him.
And we'll reveal Bill's pick for the greatest of all time. Leland Vittert hosts Confronting the Presidents. Sunday at 9/8 Central only on News Nation.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. It was a special night in Potterville as the Vikings held a military appreciation ceremony before their game against Bath and had an incredible turnout.
That's right. The Vikings worked with several area veterans groups to get hundreds of veterans out to the game. The ceremony honored the memory of John Redmond Cotter, who was an all-state football player at Potterville and sadly died in the Vietnam War.
Yeah, the Vikings had on custom camo jerseys to honor the military, and it was going to be the Bees stinging first tonight as Jay Chrysler is going to throw it deep downfield to Nolan Riley on 3rd and 18, and it turns into a big touchdown for Bath. Then Potterville would have an answer. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter, Isaiah Walson takes the snap up the middle for a Vikings TD, but the Bees were just flying high this evening. It's Rowley again. This time it's a 50-yard rushing touchdown. Bath goes on to win big over Potterville, 47-7.
Elsewhere in the CMAC, Fowler looking to stay unbeaten and holding its own military appreciation night against Perry. First drive of the game, Perry's looking to pass, but Jacob Hoffman jumps in front and picks it off. He's got a big return up the Fowler sideline, finally pushed out inside the 20-yard line. On the very next play, Hoffman, who's also the quarterback, flips it to Ford Phillips, and he turns it upfield, fighting through arm tackles into the end zone. Eagles take the lead just over 2 minutes into the game. So it was a Hoffman pick that set up a Phillips touchdown, and that became a familiar formula. Next Perry possession, they're looking downfield, but instead Hoffman is there again for his second pick. He had 3 interceptions in the first quarter of this one. And to cap off the ensuing drive, it's the other half of the formula, a Phillips rushing touchdown. He had 6 touchdowns tonight as the Eagles roll to a 46-0 win.
Ooh, that is
quite the duo there.
Yes, it is. Well, it is Hall of Fame weekend over at Michigan State as 6 individuals and 2 teams made up the class of 2024.
And those 2 teams were the 1965 and 1966 National Championship football teams, as they are the first teams inducted into the Hall of Fame. As for some of the individuals, it featured Darquez Denard, the only Jim Thorpe Award winner in the history of MSU football. Former MSU hockey player Anson Carter was in attendance, and his daughters actually revealed his plaque. Anson spent 11 years in the NHL and led MSU with 34 goals as a junior in 1995. Another member of the class is Okemos grad and former MSU softball standout Jessica Beach Bograkis, who becomes the 8th Spartan softball player to be inducted, and both are extremely honored to be recognized as one of the greats at MSU.
I thought I could do it. I got a little wobbly. It's just such an honor to see your name with some of the other the legends that are up on that wall, and it's hard to feel deserving to have your name up there, but it is truly such an honor.
This is amazing. You know, I think back to 1992 when I first stepped foot on campus. It isn't something I ever thought about. It really isn't, and to be able to share this moment with my family. I wish my parents could have been here. My parents are still in Toronto, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on. My dad had a stroke a few years ago, so they don't travel, but they're doing well health-wise.
It's always a special night on campus when it's Hall of Fame weekend, and all of them are going to be honored at tomorrow's football game against Prairie View A&M. We, of course, are going to be there. And, Tyler, you're going to be in Ann Arbor, too.
Yeah, they'll be taking on Arkansas State, a team that they should beat, but the offense really needs a strong performance, give them something to feel good about before USC comes into town next week.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
There you go, right here.
I'll be at WLNS right here.
Perfect. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.